Hello, hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Ji ayanu, pakhair agale, ni hao, chune shumme, washmale, ohio, gozaimas, guten morgen, hola, bonjour, privyet, kaifal, and a very amazing khush amadi to everybody who's tuned into PTV World and are watching World this morning, alongside the very amazing, the very pretty Maha Makhdoom and Shahzad Khan. Hello, Maha. How are you today?
Hello Shazad, assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm good today. There's a lot to, I feel a bit rushed today actually. Even though I work early, I've been, sitting, but I feel overwhelmed today. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think it happens because of the fact that we have quite a lot of things to share with all
Yes,
of our amazing
always.
viewers who are out there. We've got 2 segments in the show, and then we've got the top stories to cover too. So I think first things first.
Yes, let's look at the top stories and what's happening around the world and within Pakistan, and then we will introduce to you our very important guest.
Good morning. North Korea held the 8th national cooking competition at the Pyongyang Noodle House to commemorate the 76th birth anniversary of its late leader, Kim Jong-il.
And 12 passengers on the First Airlines took off last Wednesday from central Tokyo on a virtual flight to Paris, complete with a 4-course dinner before immersing themselves in a 360-degree virtual reality tours of the City of Lights.
I mean, what are they going to get out of it? I mean, I think it's just
Maybe
a
you
virtual
can't afford
experience.
it. Maybe you can't afford to go to the actual place. So you...
Well, I think it might be more expensive than going to
Well, that's just
the
silly,
exact
really,
place.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's the advancement of technology.
But, you know, if there's like something missing which you cannot touch, which is not tangible, let's move on. Scientists have put a smiling face to one of the first human residents of Great Britain. At 10,000 years old, Cheddar Man is one of the oldest known Homo sapiens found in England, as well as being one of the most complete skeletons. Ancient DNA reveals that he had a striking combination of dark skin and pale eyes. Oh. But that was just for the pale eyes.
It's incredible what we can find out through bones.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these were the top stories. Well, it happens because we actually kind of took out like 3 updates, but then, you know, our producer wanted to play another one, but we were like, no, we're not doing it, but leave it. All right, so Maha, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about something that is very important. We talk about constantly about the importance of looking after our environment and especially immediately in front of us, our surrounding areas. Within Pakistan, as we know, actually within across the whole world, there's been a huge eradication of, environmentally friendly activities.
Yes.
We're cutting down trees, we're coal mining still. All of these are having detrimental effects on the planet. But the thing is, with cutting down trees, we need it to sustain ourselves as well. There's a very practical aspect of it all. But however, what we need to do within this country is that if we're going to be utilizing these things, we need to replenish them as well, because trees are a very important terrestrial part of the ecosystem.
Exactly, and then at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, what we need to do is that over here within our forests or within, wherever the jungles are, we face this dilemma that, the thinning's actually happening. But now, right now, we have a small clip about bizarre trees.
10 bizarre trees.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to share first of all, and when you guys are going to come back, we're going to be in conversation with somebody who's actually planting fruit trees. Go ahead.
This tree grows in wet areas of the world and is native to southeastern Australia, where its natural realm is not far from the southern pole. This means that this tree lives in particularly cold environments. The image shown shows one of these trees covered in vines. These trees thrive in wet environments and has been previously mentioned, and therefore many arboriculturists take these plants to the east coast of the United States and the United Kingdom. These trees are native to southeastern United States, and they are beautiful examples of how southern trees can be in nature. The largest of these trees is called the angel oak, located in South Carolina, and the majority of these trees are found in the deep south. There are many cousins to this tree that are also spread about the south, but none of them grow the way these live oaks can do, and none of them have the beauty or durability of them. They have many different names, such as the Virginia live oak, Bay live oak, or plateau oak. Overall, this is one of the most beautiful trees that grow in the southern United States. These particular trees are very odd looking, and of the 9 species that exist, 6 of them are only found on the island of Madagascar. The others are located in mainland Africa, and all of these trees are very unique. Their odd shape, with a thick trunk and small bushel of leaves on top, make them a favorite of arboriculturists around the world. The African variety of these trees are located on savannas, and large ecosystems are built around them by the animals native to the area. They are crucial trees in Africa and are found very frequently on Madagascar, where even more species use this jungle variety of baobab to build their homes. This tiny tree is called the bottle tree, and it is native to southern Africa. It is small and grows small seasonal flowers on little branches that protrude from it. Despite its small and cute appearance, it is actually quite deadly. Local native tribes actually use this tree to add a poison tip to their arrows for hunting, as the alkaloids this tree produces are very toxic. It is primarily located in Namibia and Angola, where the environment is not entirely desert, but it is considered a semi-desert region, featuring more greenery than the average desert region. These trees are truly a sight to behold. They stand immensely tall, and their roots are almost entirely above ground, giving them an ancient and weathered look. The tree in this picture is located in the Ta Prohm Temple in Angkor, Cambodia. This tree produces precisely what you think it would: cotton, or at least a cotton-like substance known as kapok fiber. It is grown all over the world, and it is not native to Cambodia by any means. It is native to Asia as a whole and is a very commonly grown tree. These trees grew to be quite massive, at 230 feet tall and 9.8 feet in diameter. They are a very versatile and useful tree. The name of this tree literally means juniper tree in Spanish, and they are native to the country of Spain. These trees form in this unique bent fashion due to the high winds in the area which they are native. They are a particularly beautiful tree that takes on an even more impressive form as it grows and is modeled by the winds. Most people don't know that cashews are actually grown on trees that are native to northeastern Brazil. These trees are a type of evergreen that produces a highly toxic fruit. The seed of that fruit is a cashew. You're probably saying to yourself, but a cashew is not a seed, it's a nut. Well, if you thought that, you'd be wrong. The cashew is the seed of a tree that produces a highly poisonous fruit. Fortunately for cashew lovers, the seed itself is absolutely harmless. This was thought to be an extinct tree, and the only remnants of its kind are still remain on Earth intact today were petrified memories of a few living examples in Wollemi National Park in Australia. It is not really a type of pine tree, and it's not even in the pine family. It is actually in the family called Araucariaceae. Until 1994, when living specimens of these trees were found in Australia, they were thought to be extinct, and the oldest fossil records of one dated back over 200 million years ago, back when the dinosaurs still roamed the earth. The dragon blood tree is a fascinating example of nature. Its name comes from the red sap that is held within the veins of the tree. It is native to Socotra archipelago in the Arabian Sea. It is a tall, umbrella-shaped tree that is a close cousin to the palm tree. Sometimes their appearance can be quite odd. For example, you may see one of these umbrella trees, but it would look like the umbrella has been flipped inside out. It has many crisscrossing branches that form the broad canopy of leaves that spread across the top. This tree also produces a type of red berry that provides the same kind of sap as the tree itself.
And now for number one.
Now, this tree deserves the number one spot on this list because it is the rarest tree on the entire list. There is only one of these trees left in the world, and that makes it beyond endangered. The last of its species is a female tree, and it will never have the chance to reproduce.
Okay, so that was the 10 bizarre trees around the world, and we gave you some information. And, you know, there's a huge importance, but we have so much to cover, so we're going to introduce to you our guests very quickly. But yesterday as well, within Fatima Jinnah, CDA did hold an event where they did plant 760 trees with fruit trees with MASF, which is Muhammad Ali Said Foundation, and we've been supporting them and promoting them as well because it's something, it's a foundation that's giving back to Pakistan, giving back to the people and the citizens without actually taking anything from anyone.
Exactly. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have been joined by...
Shazad, we have the name, we have...
Well, I have it.
Yes, so
you want me to do it?
You want me to introduce?
Ladies and gentlemen, with us we have Mr. Umar Saeed, who is the Executive Director of Muhammad Ali Saeed Foundation. Hello, assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Hello, Shazad and Maha. I'm good. Thank you very much. And
Thank you very much for joining us.
It's always a
great
pleasure.
deal, and you definitely deserve a big round of applause too.
Thank you.
Taking this project to CDA, let's start the conversation from there. How did it go?
So, you know, we're working on the 1 million fruit tree plantation project. And what we're trying to encourage organizations across Pakistan, especially government organizations, is while we're planting trees, let's make them fruit trees because they're going to give you everything regular trees do plus the fruit. So we've been talking to the CDA about this, and when we found out the CDA is doing their Spring Plantation Festival in Fatima Jinnah Park, we found an opportunity we've been looking for. So we suggested, let's plant fruit trees.
Okay.
And that was it. And yesterday, we ended up planting 760 fruit trees of 4 different types in Fatima Jinnah Park.
Wonderful, and that's absolutely fabulous. And it's so great that the government is also taking on this initiative. And, you know, it's really vital and imperative for Pakistan to do that because there has been a huge deforestation that has gone on within the country. But there are lots of things that have been going on. You have been working on multiple projects slowly, but it's not just within Islamabad that you're working with the government. You've now branched out across the
13 different cities?
13 different
That's
cities,
amazing.
yes.
So, and that's a huge growth within only a couple of years.
It is. So we've been working for less than 2 years now, and alhamdulillah, by this season, we're in 13 cities. And the good thing is the positive response that we're getting from municipalities and administration of different cities, different organizations, different government departments. So we're officially, for instance, partners with the municipality of Bihari, municipality of Narwal, municipality of Gujranwala, municipality of Multan, CDA, I mean, we talked about it. So it's really good to see this, these guys being receptive to something good. So my opinion of these organizations is unlike what we typically hold of them.
Okay, no, and that's wonderful. And this is what it's about, giving the whole picture rather than little segments of what's happening within the society and the government.
Exactly, but you know, at the same time, since you were earlier on the show too as well, and we've discussed quite a lot of your activities, but if, you know, we have some new viewers out there and they would love to know that why Muhammad Ali Saeed Foundation came into being and why did you initiate it, planting fruit trees all across Pakistan. I think that'll be a great thing to share with all our amazing viewers.
You know, thank you for bringing this up,
No
Shazad. So my younger brother's name was Muhammad Ali Saeed. In 2014, he passed away. And for the first 1 year, you know, we were just really, I mean, we used to miss him and we used to be sad and depressed, especially on happy occasions because they weren't really happy for us. And then in his memory, on his first death anniversary, we established Muhammad Ali Saeed Foundation in his name with the idea of doing something good, something positive in his name. So we could make his name synonymous with happiness, with something positive.
That's great. That's such a wonderful.
And it makes me happy too.
Yeah, it is.
Just thinking of it, imagine that how many different types of people are going to bear the fruit of that tree too as well. They're going to eat it, they're going to cherish it, they're going to get the oxygen. So, you know, in our term, we call it Sadqa Jariya too as well. I think that's a great initiative.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it's, you know, you are the youth of Pakistan. You know, it's about taking it forward as well and giving back to the countries, which is what we were talking about this week as well. We're focusing on how does one play their role. But now, talking about the concept of taking fruit trees, the management and the check and balance of it, before we reach out on how we're making children more receptive to the idea of environment and tree plantation, tell us about how you managed to keep everything up to standard.
So, you know, the planting event itself is just the tip of the iceberg. People, for most of our volunteers, that's when it begins and ends. For me, That's where it begins. Because once you've planted the plants, taking them to the adult stage, to their fruit-bearing age, is success for us. So it's very important to put a strong check and balance in place. So what I do is I get WhatsApp updates of pictures of all our plantations from our local partners. And for this purpose, what we've done so far is we're partners with 34 universities across Pakistan with the help of Inter-University Consortium for Promotion of Social Sciences. So 34 universities, and what we're doing is we're establishing plantation clubs, and the kids absolutely love them. You know, they love being engaged with them, and what we try to do is we try to tell the kids that, you know, what's more important than planting itself is taking care of the plants, and the kids are doing a great job at taking care of those plants.
Wonderful.
Wow. No, but other than that, you know, let's move away from this recent event which happened in Fatma Jinnah Park. So it's been 2 years now. Do you recognize or do you remember how many trees you might have planted by far, including those 13 different cities and then universities and students and whatnot? I just wanted to know the number.
So with our plantation yesterday, we have now reached 15,339 fruit trees.
That's amazing. And when you were first on the show, we did a little check. How many had you done then?
The first time I was here, I had done only 150.
So that's amazing. Within 2 years, you know, you've managed to get over 15,000, and that's congratulations to you and everyone else who's been supporting.
And the foundation does not even get any funds from anywhere else, right?
No,
so you guys do it yourself.
Yes, we don't take any donations, any public donations. All of the funding requirements for the organization are being met by myself, my parents, and only our very, very close friends. So if people we don't know approach us with their donations, or people through our Facebook page when they approach us, I just thank them and I tell them there are other more deserving organizations out there. So
that's wonderful. I mean, you're really, truly, just genuinely just giving back. But now I want to highlight, you mentioned that you guys have gone into partnership with universities and schools. Why do you think it's really, I mean, these days, you know, we got technology, we have phones, we have Game Boys, not Game Boys, games, I don't know, I'm past that stage. But, you know, there's lots of other distractions for the youth out there. By establishing these groups, how do you think we're going to make it a knock-on effect that, you know, everyone actually start realizing how important it is to take care of trees and the environment around us?
I think the key over here is to convince the youth and tell them that they are the major stakeholders.
But how do you do that?
So basically, you know, I mean, international environmental organizations right now say Pakistan is going to be a barren country in the 2030s. And for us young people, that's the time we're looking forward to. I mean, that's the time when all of us want to be doing big things, we want to have families, we want to have regular lives. We don't want to be stuck in a place where there's no water. So there's that, and then, you know, all of the, so for instance, this winter season, Islamabad didn't get any rains, except some sporadic rains. And the problem with that is no rain over here, no rain, no snow in the north, and what we're going ahead towards for the summer is we're not going to have much water for drinking, for agriculture, for industry. You know, so it's important to make the youth realize that they are the major stakeholders in this. They are the ones who are going to be facing the problems if they don't do something about it.
Okay, but
but right now I think what we're going to do is that, you know, even though it's just been 2 years, but we're going to make you or get you a bit nostalgic too as well, because we're going to share pictures of you planting trees in different locations. So you're going to tell us which place it is, how did it go, what happened, or anything you can relate to that. Let's do it. Okay, and you have to look straight into the camera while you share that. Okay. Yeah, so where is it?
Can we make out which one this is?
This one is from yesterday.
Okay, this one's from yesterday. Moving on. I mean, this is hard work, you know, you have dug it out first.
So these are, right now we're just showing, yeah, I feel like, so this is just to catch up with what we did yesterday.
So in the distance, you can see all the pits that we had the CDA make for us in Afghan Park. You can see pits as far as you can see.
Yeah.
My very dear friend planting.
Okay, now
that's a Malta plant he's doing.
Okay, so now tell us, regarding the people who come and take part, I know you have a Facebook, you do have an online platform, but do you need to have lots of people that in order to do this plantation?
Yes, you know, the more the merrier, because the fact that we're planting 750 trees, it takes a lot of time and
I
effort.
really wanted to make it there yesterday. I was driving past and I was like, I wanted to do one for my mom, but I didn't get around
And I
to
didn't realize, you know, because I was just passing by Efrain Park as well, and I was like, why is the traffic stuck, and, you know, what's going on? So now finally I know I've got an answer to my question. But
Yeah.
other than that, now in near future or in days to come, because this is a never-ending process, you know, people are going to join you, and it's going to be a chain process too. What do you plan on doing in the next year, or probably this year only? Let's
Exactly,
just
and
stick to that.
we'll also share with it how everyone can get involved as well with you guys.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the 1 million fruit trees project is going on, and we're going to keep taking it further. I'm going to be traveling to 13 different cities, as we discussed earlier, with the objective of establishing teams that can take care of everything, that can do the planting and other activities. So, 1 million fruit trees project goes on as it is. And then we discussed in the last program as well, we're going to be introducing interest-free microfinancing
Yes.
for poor people who want to have their own small businesses or who want to acquire training that they can monetize later. So that's something we're working on. In Ramadan, the Sehri and Iftar distribution project is going to continue as before. In the past two Ramadans, we've distributed over 150,000 meals, alhamdulillah, so we want to continue working on that. Medical camps, of course, we're doing those when we're not in the planting season, so they're going to continue as usual as well.
Wonderful. And you know what we're going to start doing is, you know, we're trying to get a list of things that are happening within the cities as well. So whenever you're doing that, you know, any citizen that wants to come and take part and give back to the country, you can join Umar doing that. That's
I mean, all of
fantastic.
these ideas are great, but I think interest-free microfinancing is going to be a great initiative, because there's so many deserving people out there, and, you know, if they can
Absolutely.
do it too.
Okay, no, absolutely. And, but I just, before we, you know, we just pick your brain about that one, I just wanted to ask you, like you mentioned in 2030, you know, and the summer that's coming, we're expecting, you know, the environmental factors to have changed significantly. What we've noticed is that, you know, every one of us is guilty, but until the problem doesn't come in front of our face, we don't tend to take too many preventative measures. To make kids realize the importance of the future and how it's going to affect them, like you